Hi there, welcome back. It is Laura at Hyperstamper, and how excited am I to show you this beautiful junk journal. I haven't had this book for too long, Nature's Children. It is 99 years old, this one, and I just look at this beautiful cover. It doesn't get any better than that for a nature journal, so that's what I made. I made a nature journal, and I found some great vintage beads to match that beautiful blue on the cover with the browns. I was able to keep the whole book intact, even though it was damaged on the inside, but I think you're going to like what you see inside. Before I put it in my Etsy shop, I'm going to do a little tour of it, and every single page in here is authentic antique or vintage ephemera. It's overstuffed, of course, but that's okay. We like them chunky, right? Okay, and this little bit here is removable in case you wanted just to have the book plain. So let's look inside. The inscription here is 1929. It was a Christmas book, and but it was published in 1926 down here. So that's the original first page there. And every good nature book has to have something by the wonderful Edith Holden. This is a 52-year-old book here, and I've used many of the plates inside. They're absolutely fabulous, but they are truly vintage. They're not just a digital. So yeah, you can enjoy that. This is from a vintage dictionary page. Look at that beautiful deer-ish animal. Oh, look at this beautiful Edith Holden. Did I show you both sides? It is stunning. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, I just love hers. I'll be so sad when this book is finished. I'll always have my eyes open for a real vintage Edith Holden's. Okay, so here is a really fun page. So we've got some nature here. We've got a chicken, and then we've got flowers down here. And on the other side, we've got other little types of nature, cats and dogs and flowers, all about needlepoint. And this is from the 50s, so about 70 years old, that piece there. And then look at this lovely little piece of applique. Isn't that lovely? That too is vintage. I left it without gluing it down because I thought the owner of this journal would probably like to do something fun with it. Here is a vintage card, an edu card. I just love these. This is a music note with the number 18 on it. And that's a little triple pocket I made there out of a 1950s postage stamp collector's book page. Here's another nature page here from a children's book. We've got the flying squirrels there. And then this came from a vintage nature book here. And this one's all about foxes, weasels, and allies. And then this is the really cool with the footprints. I love it. Now this is really fun. These are very sought after, and this is celosia, so that's a great flower culture in pots, and that is probably about 100 years old. And then I put this little piece together here, just made of lots of vintage pages from a botanicals book. And then this pocket here with the bird on it is about 120 years old. Then I've got this lovely piece here from the 1940s. Look at these beautiful, colorful birds. Aren't they spectacular? I just love that so much. I love that they're numbered. I love everything about it. And there's some nature there, from very cold nature. And then this here is from, look at this beautiful nature picture here. Look at that beautiful waterfall. And then on the other side, we've got little birds. I love it. This here is from the early 1900s, and I pulled it from this book, Girl's Own Annual. It's a cherished book. I get a lot of wonderful pieces in there, so I was happy to pull a nature one out. And then this one's from 1930s, from the Beatrix Potter. Isn't that wonderful? The three little squirrels and all their little acorns. And then we've got a goat pocket here from the 30s. This is from the Audubon vintage book, and it's upside down like that, and on the side there, just by the way it was in the book. But look at how beautiful is that, the wolves. I love it. And then I've got all kinds of vintage and antique bits here, and I put a butterfly there that I punched out of antique paper. Got a little baby wolf here, and then here is another super old, over 100-year-old page. Look at these beautiful botanical pieces here for nature. I like so much. I just love those old images. And then another one down here. We've got these wonderful little bird nest here. Nature notes for the year. That's from a whole different book, but little seal down here. And then this is from a French book, La Belle Dame sans Merci, and they're in the forest there. So I thought that was kind of fun to have in a nature book. And then this fun little bit here is from this old doily here. So I tend to cut them out and use them individually. So I've got that there on top of the hidden journaling spot. And then here's a little hidden pocket, one of my 1930s flinch cards. And then this here is from a vintage art book. And that is just a beautiful nature piece there as well. And that is from a Canadian artist, actually. This is a vintage greeting card. And it's got the little squirrel there. So I turned it into a page. Now this is a vintage pattern here. And then this is a woman out in the forest, and you can just barely see it, but she's petting a porcupine. No, stop it. Don't do that. But she did. I'd love to hear the story behind how that went. And then this is from a vintage children's book as well. We've got just the wonderful waterfall here and the stream and the forest. And I just thought that was great for a nature theme as well. And this book page back here is Nature's Children. It's one of the original pages of this book. And here, and you can journal back there as well. And then this is actually the cloth pulled from an antique book cover that I turned into a journaling card. I just really liked the pattern, but I could not save the book. This is my oldest postcard now that I'm giving away. Is from 1903. And it's just a beautiful scene of nature with the beautiful waves crashing against the rocks. I love it. And then there's a lovely little note here. And that is from England, that one. And then I have a little pocket here. You can put anything you like in there. I just put this little piece out of a children's book page. And up here is a little cluster I made and with a fish, because you have to have fish in a nature book as well. A little brown bear from a children's book, the little bees. This is some birch bark here that I pulled off the forest floor. And then this is the song sparrow. Look how beautiful that is from the 1906, that page. That's a feather that I found. I love it. And this is from another children's book here, a little angry squirrel and a woodpecker. And then I've got a 1950s receipt on the back that you can journal on both sides of. And I like this because I like to think that this little boy is looking at his window at all the nature. It's raining. And then this here is another little nature piece from the 1890s. And look at this beautiful children's book page here at the Blue Jays. That's from 1923. And just put some of my pressed flowers in there, some trim. This is another page from this book, Nature's Children, with the frogs on the side of the river there. And then this is just an old book cover, but I pulled it because it had the flowers here and here. And the pocket here is made out of a vintage doily. Look how beautiful that is. It's quite stunning, actually. Let me give you a better look how pretty that is. Isn't that lovely? Fun little cluster here. And then I hand stamped a little bird up there. This is from a school book on business writing and typing. Doily page. And I just really like this page here from 1927. And in the pockets here, I've got a vintage recipe card that was never used, but it's quite old. And then this here is from the book, The Little Rabbit Who Wanted Red Wings. And that's a book, a story about a little rabbit in the forest as well. So I thought that was good in here. Children on the back here. And then this floating pocket here. We've got monkey here. And in here, I've got another little booklet with the flowers again from a different vintage book. And then on the back, I've got, let me see if this, oh, I think I might have stuck it in near the glue. I really, really want to pull this out. There we go. It's fine now. This is the interior book of interior page of a nature book that was sort of like the index page. And I just love it. It's got all the different animals and things in nature you would find. And then this here, with these beautiful plants here, flips open to journal. So there's a lot going on in this floating pocket. And I'll stuff that back in there and attach it again. More doily pages. Here is a beautiful 1923, another one of these beautiful full color pages here, the little chickadee party, and I put antique paper on the back. This is actually a page from this original book as well. Another little duck or goose in her goslings. And a 1940s theater arts magazine page. This is from the 1850s, this beautiful piece here. And that's from Nevada. And this is from 1950. And this, oh, I just like this because it's a music folio page, and I just think it's really fun. It advertises craft books, the craft of comedy, and then more crochet and needlepoint here. And look at this fun little farm here, a little hobby farm with all the animals on it. And then this is just a beautiful nature piece here, the hills and the tree and the horse under the tree. And then Country Life Reader, because everybody loves going out into the country. And that page is from 1924, lots of journaling white space there. Another piece here, another waterfall journaling spot here, so lots and lots of room there. Really fun advertisements in that Theatre Arts magazine. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. You can find it in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. I hope you'll come back. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.